Hi there. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add reviews and average ratings to a recipe blog built with Webflow like this using the SuperSparks app. Now, the beauty of this solution is that you can custom design every aspect of the review section in the Webflow Designer instead of embedding a generic widget. And also, you can import all of the data into your CMS collection, which will allow you to add aggregate rating data to a custom recipe schema. And as a result, the results for your recipes on Google will include a star rating with the rest of your structured data, like in these examples. Now, of course, this is optional, but we highly recommend it because displaying average rating data with your recipe results is a proven way to increase the click-through rate of your recipes on Google. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the first step is to register to SuperSparks if you haven't done so already, which I will provide a link to in the subscription. But once you sign up, you should be redirected to this page where you will authorize SuperSparks on your recipe blog website. So I'm just going to select it here and click Authorize App. And once that's done, I'll be redirected to this success page. And then I'm just going to click Add Sparks on the project I just authorized SuperSparks to. So in this case, I'm just using a cloned template from Webflow's showcase, which I will provide a link to in the description. Okay, so the next step is to select e-commerce and CMS reviews and click Create Spark or Start Trial if you're just getting started. And then you'll be redirected to this page. So we're then going to select CMS or static pages since we're not adding reviews to an e-commerce product page. And then we're just going to click Proceed. Okay, so SuperSparks installation process is component based. So the next step is to select a component for a review section that you would like to add to your recipe blog. So as you can see, it's a mixture of styled and unstyled components. And at the time of recording this, there are only 4, but we're planning to add more in the future. So yeah, I encourage you to test them out. So yeah, here's 2 popular ones here. But the one I'm going to select is actually this one, which we created specifically for recipe blogs. Okay, then the next step is to click Copy Component. Just make sure you're not doing this step on Safari, otherwise it won't work. But since we're on Chrome, it should. So I'm just going to click Copy Component. And then what's happening here is we're copying the component to the clipboard. And then we're just going to go over to the recipe CMS collection page. So this is where we would want to add our review section, but we're just going to scroll down to the bottom, which is usually where review sections are, and then we're just going to paste this component into this div. And as you can see, we now have a reviews section inside of our collection template page for recipes. Okay, then the next step is to copy and paste this code snippet. And then we're just going to paste it into the head tag of the collection pages settings and click Save. Okay, then afterwards we should be able to test this out. So first off, we're just going to publish the site, and then we can go to a live page for a CMS item. So in this case, it's the page for the orange sauce. So if we scroll down to the review section, you'll notice this star rating hover animation, which is powered by Webflow's interactions feature. So I'm just going to select 4 stars and then post my review. And then as you can see, the review gets posted down below without the user needing to refresh the page. And yeah, the average rating gets displayed here along with the total amount of reviews. So as mentioned in this video, you have full free reign to adapt every aspect of this review section in the Webflow Designer. So for example, you can, I don't know, change the color of the button. So let's just do that here. Change it to, I don't know, black. And then you can also change the icons for the filled and unfilled stars, both here and also inside of the review section. Also, users can reply to other reviews. Okay, so now that that's done, we can move on to the next step. So there are a bunch of extra / optional features that you can add to your review section. Another feature worth noting is SuperSpark's integrations with Webflow's native memberships feature, MemberStack, and soon Outseta. So yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail about this in this video because I actually covered it in more detail in another video. So I'm going to share a link to that tutorial in this description. Okay, now on to the schema. So to speed things up, I already pasted in a JSON LD snippet here. So I actually got this from Google's example on their recipe schema tutorial page, which I will provide a link to in the description. So this gives you an idea of all the different pieces of structured data you can provide to Google. And I'll also provide this code snippet here in the description. Okay, so to set this up in SuperSparks, we're just going to jump over to the settings section. So as you can see here, there are different moderation and notification and presentation settings that you can customize for your review section. But the one we're interested in is this data CMS sync setting. So in order to configure this, what you're first going to do is switch this on, and we're actually just going to jump over to the collection settings for the recipe collection. And then we're just going to add in 2 new number fields. So the first one is going to be for total reviews. And then we're just going to click save. And then we're just going to add in another one for average rating. And before saving, it's very important that the format is a decimal and that the precision is identical to the one inside of SuperSparks. So by default, it's 1 decimal. So just make sure that these are aligned. So let's just save, and then we're just going to save the collection as well. And then once that's done, we can get started implementing this setting on SuperSparks. So I'm first just going to select the collection that I would like to sync the average and total reviews data into. And then I'm just going to select the total reviews field that we just added. And then I'm going to select the average rating number field that we just added. And then I'm just going to click save. Okay, so now whenever a user posts a new review on a recipe page, the total reviews and average rating data will be synced into this CMS collection for recipes. So to see this in practice, let's just test this out. So I'm just going to go back to our recipe blog, and then I'm just going to post a new review. And then I'm also just going to post another review on another page for Grandma's butterscotch pie, which sounds delicious. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so once we do that, the data should be immediately synced into the CMS collection, but sometimes it takes a refresh of the Webflow Designer in order to see them inside of the CMS collection. So I'm just going to refresh. Okay, now if we take a look inside of the CMS collection, you'll see that the total reviews and average rating data has been imported into this CMS item. So now, in order to set up the schema, we're just going to go back to the page settings for the recipe. Now, if we just scroll down to the bottom, you'll see this aggregate rating section. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to add in the fields that we just created. So this will dynamically pull in the average rating and total reviews data for each CMS item. So when Google crawls the website, they'll know what average rating and total reviews data to display with each Google search result for each recipe. Okay, so now let's just add in the total reviews field that we just created. And yeah, that should be it. So of course, you can also do this for a bunch of different fields. So whatever data you want to provide to Google in a structured manner, you can also do the same thing here. So for example, if you have different cook times and have a special field for that in your recipes collection, you can do the same thing here. So you can just add in cook time, and then once that's done, I'm just going to click save. And then once you publish, the next time Google crawls your website, they should be able to find the total reviews and average rating data for each recipe. But please note that it might take a few weeks before Google starts displaying this aggregate rating data with your recipe results. Then one more thing I wanted to show you is that you can also display the average rating and total reviews data inside of a collection list element. So for example, there's this collection list element on the homepage where users can navigate to different recipes. So if you wanted to also display the average rating here, you can do that by adding in a text field here and then just clicking on the settings for the element, then selecting average rating again. And as you can see, the average rating gets displayed here. And then also you can do the same thing for the total reviews data. So I'm just going to select total reviews here, and as you can see, the total reviews data gets displayed here as well. So do not hesitate to reach out to me at ian@supersparks.io if you have any questions or feedback. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching and take care.